Hello there, and thank you for joining me on this week's edition of Business Tuesday. Remember, this is the program where we bring you a highlight of the business environment here in the country. And on this segment of the program, we are visiting the Kenya National Chambers of Commerce and Industry offices to speak to the president of the chambers, that is Mr. Richard Ngatia. Now, KNCCI is a member-based trade support institution with a mission to facilitate and promote sustainable business environment for economic growth and prosperity. And now the president of the chambers, Mr. Ngatia, will be telling us more about the program. Welcome to the program. My name is Eddy Nyadwa. Now, as we begin the program, our guest, as I earlier put, is Mr. Richard Ngatia. Mr. Ngatia, thank you for getting time to speak to us.
And thank you for inviting me.
Okay. You are quite a very busy man, is it?
I would not say very busy. It's just that we have various programs that we must run. We have various, mandate that we must undertake, and therefore I have to keep moving to the ground. I have to keep talking to people, our members, our patrons, and also looking for opportunities. So that keeps me a bit out of office.
Okay. Now, you came into office in 2019. So far, how has it been?
It's been, it's been a long journey, but also very exciting, I must say. And it's quite different from where I was before, because before I got into this position, I was still in the chamber serving at the Nairobi chapter as the chairman then. And of course, serving one chapter is very different from serving 47 chapters. And therefore, it has been a very exciting moment, also working with my team, and also a learning process. And every day is a learning process for me, and it's very exciting, I must say.
Now, Ngatia, we have multiple business associations and groupings in the country. Perhaps for clarity to our viewers and those who are interested in KNCCI, what is the distinctive feature of KNCCI vis-a-vis other business associations?
Thank you. For the benefit of those who may not know who Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry is, and when we came into being in place, the chamber was actually formed in 1965. And that was then when the founding father, Jomo Kenyatta, realized that there was a lot of challenges in terms of conducting business here in Kenya. And there were different groups in the private sector, where we had the Asian community, European community, we had the Kenyan African community, and therefore the head of state then consolidated and said they would want to unify the private sector. And that is how the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry was formed. And since that time, it has been led by several able leaders to date. And for me, I was elected last year in June. And therefore, this is my 8th month since I took over the office. The chamber is a family member of 177 chambers across the world.
Hey, that's huge, eh?
It's quite huge. In every country, there's a chamber. And therefore, we are part of the family. And of course, we are making sure that the business environment is conducive for our members, and most importantly, to make sure that they have opportunities and we unlock their potential. And of course, then it is good to note that the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce is also devolved. We are in 47 counties, and therefore we have 47 chapters. That means in every chapter we have a chairman, we have a vice chair, and we have 9 directors. So that means the board is constituted by 11 elected directors, and we give them a provision to co-opt other directors to make them 16 in number. At the headquarter level, of course, we have the board, which is the board is constituted of 17 directors, and including myself. And we also have the secretariat, which is formed of the CEO and now the support staff. But over and above that, I have a vice president, who is a first vice president. But also under our memorandum of articles, I had the provision of co-opting and appointing a second vice president, namely Fatma Almawi. The first chamber vice president by name is Dr. Eric Ruto.
Okay, that's quite a clear picture of the chambers now.
Yes.
Now, when you came to office, you had a number of promises, and the chief among them was that you promised to grow the membership of the chambers tenfold. So far, how has membership grown?
Among growth of membership, I promised many things looking at my manifesto and making sure that we're going to achieve our manifesto in the next 3 years of my term. And looking at membership, the first thing that I looked at is, first of all, to make sure that our current members understand what the definition of chamber is, what is the value of being a member, and what value are they gaining from the chamber. We wanted to bring them closer to us first, even before we look at new memberships. And that happened in the few first months. We were able to visit most of them. We were able to speak to them. We were able to have meetings with them, and also we were able to also visit patron members. We have different categories of membership. We have the patrons who pay 1 million shillings and above. We also have the gold membership who pay 500. We have 500,000. We have the platinum. We have the silver, and so on and so forth. And our mandate really is to support the small medium enterprises and also MSMEs as well. And therefore, by making sure that we engage them, we are also reaching out to development partners to see how we can be able to support these our members in various programs. And that way they are able now to see what is a value add of joining the chamber as opposed to being in other BMOs. There are very many other BMOs you'll find in the country, but really the chamber is the umbrella of the SMEs, and our mandate is really to make sure that the business is conducive for them. We have 3 mandates, namely networking. We make sure that our members network with foreign investors, the network within themselves here in the country.
Is this why we see the business forums of Qatari Group? We have the Dubai business people come sometimes.
Exactly. Now, through our desk of economic diplomacy, we are able to work very closely with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs so that every investor coming from abroad, we are able to accommodate them. We also reach out to them so that they come and do due diligence and seek partnerships here in Kenya, and also look at opportunities. At the same time, we also invite our members who join us to go for any trade fairs that are in these countries in the world, to also showcase their products, to also have an opportunity to see how business is also run in those countries. The second pillar is advocacy. We make sure that, again, like I've been saying, the business environment is conducive. How do we do this? Is by making sure that we advocate for them on their behalf. We take the message on their behalf to, for example, the legislature. You have seen for a number of days there was a huge complaint about pending bills. Now, we, as the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, were part of negotiations with the government, with the legislature, parliamentarians, to make sure that not only the pending bills that are paid but there is a system and there is a bill that will protect any business person engaging with the government and also the private sector, so that a bill is passed, and that bill then will make sure that within 60 days of your investment with the government, then you are able to get paid almost immediately. And those are the areas that we really advocate for them. And also to make sure that in terms of financial inclusion, they're included through financial institutions. So those are areas we look at. The third pillar is, I talked about networking, there is advocacy, and there's trade facilitation. Now, within trade facilitation, we have, of course, we have those members who are exporting their goods out of this country. They require certain certificates. So we issue certificates of origin, and it is automated. It's a very non-problematic, robust system where they can be able to apply online, and they get their certificates, and we issue them, and they're able then to export their products. So those are the areas we look at. Over and above this, we are also making sure that we develop programs in the county levels. We also join the county governments to make sure that they support our members out there in terms of doing business, and also having dialogue between the private and the public sector as well.
Okay. Now I want us to shift gears and speak about money. For any business to grow, there has to be some investment, and the investment comes in terms of money being injected in the business. Traditionally, any business will run to a bank to get finances. However, credit from banks is becoming more expensive and bureaucratic to access. As Chambers, are there alternative ways of financing businesses and SMEs that you are currently exploring?
There are many ways of making sure that our members access finance. One of them is, we as a chamber actually have formed a circle, and within that circle then you'll see our members who will be able to benefit from borrowing from that circle countrywide. Over and above that, we have partnered with the Kenya Bankers Association, which is the umbrella of all the institutions, financial institutions. And this is in a bid to make sure that we prepare the SMEs, we prepare our members, the private sector, for in terms of sustainability of their businesses. And with that, we do a lot of capacity building. And this is just to prepare them so that by the time we send them to any financial institution, then they're able to understand what it is they must do when they're conducting their businesses. Over and above that, we have partnered with KCB and under the Tujiajiri.
The Tuajiri program.
Yes, Tuajiri program. Then under that, of course, there's a lot of capacity building, there's a lot of enhancement of the skills as well, just to also prepare them and to support them in that area. There's also Barclays Bank. Barclays Bank is coming in, and now they've changed their names.
ABSA.
Yes, ABSA. And they're also providing finance to SMEs, unsecured loans. But then there are ways that you must then be come and be our members. Let us prepare you on how to get your documents right, how to make sure that your books are correct, that your taxes are up to date. Then that way, then the banks will be able to accommodate you. Over and above that, there's this Inuka program as well, which is under STAWI. Now, that is about 6 banks that have come together. And therefore, under that program, you will find SMEs and also MSMEs can also to apply online through their mobiles between 5,000 to 250,000 instantly, and they can be able to get instant loans using that app. So there are many programs we are looking at. We have also partnered with Sydian Bank. Now, under Sydian Bank, they have provided us with a hub where we are going to have, an index of SMEs. That we will be able to know how many SMEs do we have in the country, and we shall be able to cluster them. Having said that, then we shall be able now to provide them fully with information that they are inquiring. And we want to go to every county, and not only with Sydian Bank, but with any other bank that wants to partner with us, can partner with us. We are also in the Huduma Center as well. Again, within the Huduma Center, our members are able to gather information on where to get the businesses, where to get the markets, and such things. So there are many other programs that we have that are supporting our SMEs in terms of financial inclusion.
Okay. Now, on that note, I want us to take a quick short break, but when we return, we're going to speak about the investment opportunities in the Nyanza region. We'll be right back.
Thank you.